I don't want to go to school. I just want to break the rules. Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies, the podcast where Matt and Todd watch a Netflix top 10 list movie, and then we talk about it over the interwebs, and we put it out there for you to listen and enjoy, and hopefully it makes your day sunnier and brighter. I am Todd Dover.
And I'm Matt Malloy, and welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about the family film called Yes Day.
Yes,
Uh,
day!
this is a Netflix film. It just came out, and we watched it. So,
The end.
the end.
Da-da-da-da.
Podcast over. No, we'll talk all about it. So the only person who I recognized in this movie is called Jennifer Garner. She's she plays the mom, Allison Torres.
Yes.
But no one else in it really stood out to me as a famous person.
The dad did.
Edgar Ramírez.
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to figure out what else. Where do I know him from? Because I was definitely like, I've seen you before in something. So far, nothing. Do I? He's been in a couple of things, but I don't know. I was so convinced that I knew him from something specific. And it seems like
He
I
looked
could be
familiar to
wrong.
me too.
Oh, nope, I was right. He was in Wrath of the Titans as Ares.
Wrath of the Titans.
That's where I recognize him from, but that's just me.
Is Wrath of the Titans a sequel to Clash of the Titans?
Yes, you'd be correct.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, so yeah, we got the mom and the dad characters are somewhat famous people, but everyone else in this movie is a kid or a weird character actor.
Yes.
And yeah, so what is Yes Day about? Well, it's about a married couple, who, over the course of having their 3 kids and I guess 14 years, I guess the oldest daughter is 14 years old, they've kind of lost their ability to have fun, and at one point in the movie, they get called out on that by the gym teacher at their kids' school, who encourages them to have a yes day.
Who's also the guidance counselor and football coach. He wears many hats.
Yes, many hats. So they decide that they are going to try this yes day experience and let their kids kind of plan out the day, and they are not allowed to say no to anything. Well,
Yeah.
I guess they could say no, but the mom makes a bet with the oldest daughter that's based around a music festival. The daughter wants to go to the music festival. Fleek Fest, it's called.
Fleek Fest.
Fleek Fest. She wants to go with her friend and no parents. And Jennifer Garner's like, nuh-uh, you're not doing that. And if I go through Yes Day, then I win the bet and I go with you. And she's like, well, if I win the bet, I'm going by myself. And I'm going to do drugs. No, she didn't say that.
I believe they shook on that, yes.
Yes. So they go through. They have some wacky things. They eat ice cream for breakfast and go through a car wash with the windows down and have a big water balloon battle. All this kind of stuff, and then things go a little sideways. The parents end up in jail after a dispute at an amusement park. Um,
Which I can't remember what they called it in the movie, but did you catch what park it was?
uh, it looked like Six Flags
It
something.
definitely was a Six Flags, even though they called it something like, was it Magic Mountain or something? Something
Uh, I
they
think it
called
was
it something not
Magic
Six
Mountain.
Flags, but then when they're
Right.
sitting down eating at the amusement park, it's just Six Flags everything,
Yeah.
cups and stuff like that.
And also, when they're going in, they give like a shot of the entrance. They don't fully have the Six Flags in it, but that's when I noticed. I was like, oh, that says Six Flags, even though it's cut off.
Yeah,
So some amusement park in the Six Flags franchise chain was used for this part of the movie. But so the parents go to jail. Uh, the kids are at the police station, and they get the oldest girl's friend to come pick them up. I guess it's her friend's cousin who's going to take them to Fleek Fest. So they drop off the youngest kids at home, and then the oldest daughter just goes to Fleek Fest. And at the house, the middle kid, who's, I don't know, 10, 11, something,
I don't know,
um,
something.
is having a massive science party with like a lot of exploding volcanoes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So, uh, anyway, and then things resolve in kind of the way you'd expect a nice family film to resolve, and you get your heartfelt moments and uh, your realization on the kids' part that the parents have their best interest in mind, and the realization on the parents' part that they need to loosen up a little, and the realization on the dad's part that he needs to put his foot down sometimes, and
yeah,
then they clean the house,
yep.
which is trashed because of the nerd party. So that's pretty much the story of Yes Day. What did you think of this, Todd?
Well, Matt, let me just say, I was not a fan of this movie on several different levels.
Okay.
It's a fine, serviceable kids movie, maybe even slash family movie. You got the family around, you got a couple of kids, and you want to pass almost 2 hours or something like that. Sure, watch this movie. There's nothing so overtly bad in it that kids can't watch it or anything like that. So, looking for a family friendly movie for your whole family, then this is up your alley. Now that I've said that, I had a hard time with this movie because uh, the movie paints the mom in this picture of that she's so overbearingly bad and that she can't have fun and all she loves to do is say no. But in almost every example that they give, when she says no, as a parent, I'm like, yeah, I would have said no to that too. And like, I did not like how far they painted this, to me, good mom as like I don't know. At one point, she's compared to Stalin, which I thought was pretty harsh. Uh, and I don't know. I guess as a parent, I was like, all these things are, you should be saying that. You should be. I don't know. It's hard to like completely articulate why I had such a problem with this movie. Is that it felt like because the mom wasn't so free and easy and say yes all the time that she was a bad mom or a bad person. When really I'm like, no, she just was being a good parent. Yes, I wouldn't let my 14-year-old go to Fleek Fest either because it's full of drugs. And that's even kind of proven in the movie. Like, so it's like, I don't know. I get what the movie was going for, and I know it's based off of a book, and I'm sure it's going to start this trend of, you know, parents doing these yes days and stuff like that. But I don't know. Just stick to your guns. Be a concerned, loving parent. Like, I don't know. I just think in general I didn't like the message of this movie. Like, Have a day where
Todd,
your kids can say yes.
Todd, have you considered that maybe you need to have a yes day
Maybe.
because you're too much like Stalin
I'm so much like Stalin. If you
as a
know me,
parent?
yeah, if you know me, you know how much like Stalin I am. I don't know. That's my real issue with the movie. I mean, everything else is fine. The acting's fine. It's certainly marked towards kids, and there's plenty of things that kids will go ooh and ah and stuff like that. But I don't know. I found myself frustrated when I was watching this movie that that they would paint this mom as an overboard mom when really, some of the stuff she said no to is like that. The examples that they give is the son strapping a rocket to his back because he wants to fly, or the littlest daughter trying to climb out the window with just sheets tied together and like climb down the. I'm like, those are all very fine things to say no to. Like, in fact, you should probably say no with authority to them.
Right.
I don't know. That was my big hang up. I had a really hard time getting past that. And dare I say, I did not move past it. I'm still in it, feeling that way. So that'll be it for me. Matt, how did you
Gotcha.
feel about this movie?
Uh, I had a hard time getting into this movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't the target audience. I wasn't a family of young children. I was just a dad watching this by myself. Um, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like at the end there was a nice kind of emotional moment that maybe touched me a little bit because my daughters are that age ish, the 14 to 16-year-old age, and uh,
Sure.
it's sort of like you hope to have that touching moment with your kids where they realize they still need you a little bit, even though they're growing up and becoming independent. Um,
Yeah. They need that moment where they realize you're not Stalin. You're a good parent.
right, and you're willing to sing on stage at Fleek Fest to find them,
Yes.
which I would do. Uh, so, uh, like you say, like we both said, this movie wasn't for us, but it is fine. I would say it's an average movie, an average family film. Um, there's some funny moments. Really, humor's more directed towards uh, younger younger audiences. It's your slapstick kind of physical humor a lot.
Sure.
Um, but I I I was reminded of a great ice cream eating incident um, in Michigan where we ate 10 gallons of ice cream or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about us, not your family.
Right, right.
Yes.
You were there for that, right?
I was there
Yeah.
for it. I did not have any ice cream,
Oh, gotcha.
but I remember that. Yes, it was at it's
What's
either called Anthony's or Tony's.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
think
bacon
Tony's.
the bacon place that like serves a pound of bacon on their BLT or whatever.
Yeah, pretty amazing place.
Yeah.
So I had a flashback to that experience where we ate giant plates of food and then everyone shared a giant ice cream sundae that was just massive.
I don't think
And there
anyone
is one of
felt
those in
good
this
about
movie.
it afterwards.
I felt good that we finished it.
Sure. You didn't get no one got their money back though. It wasn't free.
Well, that's true. It wasn't for the cause of if you eat all this, you get to have your money back. But so in general, if you want to have a family time watching this movie, go for it.
Sure.
Otherwise, probably skip.
Yeah.
So, but hey, everyone should download this podcast as you have done to hear about this family movie, as
That's true.
seems like it happens constantly on our podcast schedule.
That is true. These kid movies equal big numbers for us, which is just so weird to me, but I'll take it.
Right?
I'll
Yeah.
take it. So, Matt, how many belly busters would you give this movie? 0 to 5.
Gut busters, you mean?
Gutbusters. Dang it. Yeah, Gutbusters. Gutbusters is the, 5 pounds of ice cream they ate or whatever in a half hour?
It
Or it's
was
free?
it was incredible. It was a massive amount of ice cream, and then there was like rock candy and cookies on sticks and all
Yeah.
this cones and other stuff thrown in there. It was just a mountain of stuff. So
The rock candy was the worst part to me. I was like, not only is it rock candy, which is kind of hard, but it's in ice cream, which means it's frozen.
right, right. I had the same reaction. I was like, this is fine except for the rock candy.
I thought the rock candy was just diabolical. I was like, oh, that'll make sure no one will finish it.
Yeah. But they did.
They did. I was proven wrong.
All right. So I'm gonna go pretty straight down the line and say 2.6 gut busters. Totally average family film, but bonus points for the poignant moments at the end of the scenes.
Nice.
Bonus tenth of a point.
Nice.
Tenth of a gut buster.
Tenth of a good buster. I think I'm gonna be at I agree with you that everything is so middle of the road, but my personal reaction to this movie was so frustrated. Like I got so mad at this movie that it's definitely gonna reflect in the points I give it. So I'm at like a 1.8. I was not I wasn't feeling like it just really painted parents and as the bad guys and stuff like that, and I just wasn't a fan of that.
Well, fair enough, Todd. Fair
Yeah.
enough. So I said 2.6, 1.8. So I think that puts our average at 2.2 gut busters
I think
for
you're
this
right.
movie. Yes Day, and that's not a great rating, but
But the
Not-
movie's not for us. So
not for us. But even so, still not great, and we still don't recommend it.
yeah, I mean, some little kid's gonna watch this movie and turn to their parent and be like, "Who's Stalin?" Good luck with that conversation.
Yes. Well,
And Mussolini is also
so
referenced.
before we go, I will reveal the next movie that we're gonna watch, Todd.
I got my pen all ready to write down. And I'm curious now that we're past this Yes Day stuff.
Yes, and I am going to read you the tagline and
Ooh, okay.
see if you can guess it. This is an older movie,
Okay.
not one that I'm super familiar with, but here's the tagline. Carnage and cannabis don't mix, but when a cartel moves in on their business, Ed Lover, these two men will fight back.
And Lover. So my first thought was Pineapple Express, but I don't think that's right, is it?
No.
The
Movie,
Well, hold on. Read it again.
Carnage and cannabis don't mix, but when a cartel moves in on their business and lover, these two men will fight back. Is that assuming they have the same lover? That's
Oh,
interesting.
is it? Gosh, what the heck was the name of that movie? Savages.
Yes, it is
Yes.
Savages.
It's because
Nice pull.
the only reason I got it was because of when you question whether or not they share the same lover. The answer is yes, they do. It's a weird.
Oh,
It's a weird one. It's two
Gotcha.
guys in the cannabis business who have the same girlfriend.
is it Blake Lively?
Yes,
Gotcha.
I have
Wow.
seen this movie before. It's
Okay.
been a while. I don't remember much of it, except for the fact that they have this weird love triangle, which I thought was just very unrelatable.
Gotcha. Yes. Well, I'm not one for love triangles either, Todd. So, um, anyway, yeah, 2012 movie, Savages. We will watch and report back.
Nice.
And so that will wrap it up for this episode of Matt and Todd Go to the Movies, where we reviewed yesterday and didn't really like it too much. But hey, maybe you will if you watch it one day.
True.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. We'll keep making these.
Da 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 da.
Da da
Da da da.
da da da.